this cause is the only thing that can stop a catastrophic bleed, basically. There's an organisation called Night Savers, and the man who set that up is called Nick Mishra. He's the consultant trauma surgeon at A.T. Hospital. He also worked on my son. So when Daniel died, Nick had had enough. He said, that's it, no more. So he then produced what these bleed kits.
Stop you there.
Which
Ash's profile picture in this live, which he's currently doing with Mandy, he's got a picture of a pig with his profile picture, whilst he's trying to do a respectful live about knife crime. I would have thought if you was trying to raise money, you know, and do this and do that, that your profile picture wouldn't be a pig, because we know in your head what a pig resembles, because you make countless references to what, you know, pigs who you try to portray as a pig, which is completely disrespectful.
Save your house, basically. So there's gauze inside the pack, which is made out of seaweed. So when you have a catastrophic bleed, you cannot, you know, unless you use this special gauze, you can't stop it. Apologies to the dog.
It's alright, I've heard it.
Julie, I don't know if she's found her voice, you see. So this gauze is the only thing that can stop a catastrophic bleed, basically. You've got 7 minutes to, you know, do it. So what we want to do, Ash is going to do a walk on the 16th of May from Carlisle to Liverpool.
16th of May.
And the money that we hopefully raise, and please,
ages away.
£1. Don't waste it, because what these kits cost, I think it's 100 or just over £100 each.
£100.
So we're going to put them in Carlisle, because we've got them here in Liverpool. And
No, you
haven't got nothing.
How many lives have they saved?
Businesses, we have not got them up here, and our local councils will clarify that there's no bleed packs in Carlisle.
Yes. Well, when I spoke to them, they were totally unaware of it. So we need to get Carlisle, you know, having bleed kits. So we need to let the people of Carlisle know what we're doing. So we're going to promote this to the hill, and Ash is going.
I mean, promoting bleed kits and all that, fair enough, but the politics behind carrying knives is a different thing. Plus, the problem is, this man doing the walk is not a credible geezer. He spent most of his life in prison. He's got a history of attacking women, and he wants the local council to get behind him. But I'm sorry, look, I'm all up for reformed criminals and all that, but you got to be reformed and then get that sort of badge, whatever you call it, not oh, I'm reformed now, I'm going to raise money, because we all know where that's gone before, don't we? You know, back to the cesspit and stuff like that, raise money for the homeless, and people donate pound after pound and they get like 3 pairs of gloves. So where's the guarantees for this? Because I can just feel something just ain't right here, and it's borderline empathy fraud if it goes wrong. So Mandy Jameson, she does have a name with the she's done speeches to Parliament and stuff like that, but it's just like one of those things when a scam happens. I'm not saying it is a scam yet, because we don't know. It hasn't exposed itself enough yet, but when these things go wrong, they just blame everybody else, and it's like, oh no, they scam me, sort of thing. Bullshit. And they will just pin the blame on each other. So I want to know how many bleed packs you're aiming to get. I want to see the shops where you're going to buy them from, or wherever you're going to buy them from, the orders, or whatever you're going to call them. And I want to see them on display, and then hand it over to the council. because Dodgy Dave, which is a friend of Ash, has got a history of scramming. Ash is a blind beggar, and Mandy, I don't know what to say about her. And that's the living on
And we're
this.
doing vlogs, going through. People have donated a tent and that, haven't they, Ash?
Yeah, tents, sleeping bags.
Yeah.
There's people saying that they're going to donate for like food along the way for myself, and it's
Yeah.
good support, to be honest. It really has.
But the problem is, though, what if Ash gets locked up in that time? Because it's going to happen in May, this thing. So, like, what month are we in now? February, March, April. It's 3 months from now. Do you really think this geezer's going to be out of jail that long? And if he is, what's going to happen to the funds? Sorry, I mean, if he is banged up, I mean, because he's always up to some kind of no good mischief.
Council are doing is they're going to contact, each town that Ash walks through, because it all comes up with their council, doesn't it? And hopefully they'll be supportive when Ash gets there, if you like. But we need people to donate to the GoFundMe. I mean, don't get me wrong, people, I actually don't like GoFundMe, but this is for an important thing. It really is. These bleed kids save lives. There's only,
It's really shocking, really, because I've been back to the UK for a long time. And I live in a developing country, and they do this kind of stuff over here. Like they raise stuff for for medical kit for them. They donate it from like hotels and from organisations or whatever to paramedic teams. But you're thinking like the UK, where all that money gets generated from taxes and asylum seekers and all that they would be able to provide these nationwide.
In Liverpool, we've got the Ava White Foundation. They do the bleed kits and Lifesavers. They use like dummies that look like actual real people. So when you do the training,
did they go through the process to show people how to train using these blue? Yeah.
So the wounds are open, but they're not like being wounded. But when me and Leanne White were there, they were all panicking because we'd lost our kids and that. Because you've got really stuff that goes in and that. But I'm glad to done it, Ash, because if they were around when Daniel and Ava were alive, they'd be alive. They could be alive now, because they both had catastrophic bleeds. So or even the Ava White Foundation do a lot in regards to bleed kits. But this is for Carlisle.
I just want to see if this goes into the political side, but it's just about raising money for bleed kits, and I think this needs to be watched, because they're asking people on YouTube to donate, so I'm doing nothing wrong by reviewing and analysing this and monitoring, and even auditing it. Auditors, I suggest you get on this one.
So we need to promote this for Carlisle. So I'm asking people, even if you donate £1, please do it. Because, at the end of the day, these kids, you could save lives. And I say to parents, do you know where your kids are? Who they're hanging around with? But most importantly, parents need to check their children for weapons. Because by
this is the bit where I start to worry.
Doing so, they could actually save another child's life, Ash.
So by taking a weapon off a child, he's obviously carrying it for a reason. By taking it off him, that could actually take away his life. Every weapon has got a good side and a bad side. The problem with the UK is that they believe all weapons have got only a bad side. That ain't the truth. It's just in the wrong hands they're bad, but in the good hands they're good. Not only could they, for example, I might be having a rough time. I'm living in a slightly rough area. I'm getting targeted, and the one thing that will protect me, because I don't want to tell my parents, because I don't think they're going to help, and I don't want to tell the teachers, and I don't want to be a snitch, I don't want to be a grass, so I carry a blade, and then my parents take it off me, then I go out, and I get fucking stooped.
Which is, we wouldn't have to use the bleed kits then, would we? We need parents to, get involved. And I'm going to come up.
I think these bleed packs should be on. Like you've got defibrillators.
It's just absolute bullshit, because these you really think if a parent checks their kids Like they have to check them like every hour of the day. You'd think they wouldn't stash one from the kitchen cupboard like outside underneath a brick or something like that. This will do nothing. The only thing that they're doing is taking away the rights to self-defence.
At certain spots, I think these packs should be up in a not a lock box, but somewhere like
the cabinets. But we could raise money for that after we've done the bleed packs. You can actually get the cabinets, but again, they cost money.
That's what I'm saying. And you know what I kind of find quite disrespectful from the councils and the government is how they've not like put these out to like local businesses, local councils, police
I agree with that.
Or even at the like train stations, public malls, or anything like that. You know,
Well, in Liverpool, we've got them. Well, the Ava White Foundation and Lifesavers have put them in main pubs, schools.
Yeah.
And I think they were trying to get them, in taxis, because taxis see everything, don't they?
They do, yes.
It doesn't have to be just a stabbing. It could be a car crash. You can have a catastrophic bleed from a car crash. Anything that causes a catastrophic bleed, these kits can help save you. And, they are vital to the young people on our streets at the moment because it's not getting any better. It's getting worse. And so, we need to save.
Well, yeah, I agree with that, man. I believe that they should be teaching this in the schools, how to treat catastrophic bleeds. Right from like kids. I used to do that when I used to go out with the rescue teams. We used to do talks in schools and stuff like that. How to do CPR. I think these are like life skills that should be taught to the kids. In schools, CPR, it's obviously mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. It's all part of education, life skills. How to, take care of a bone if it's broken, patch up, all these kinds of things.
Our young people would really do.
What do you make, what do you think making it worse? Like young kids and young adults going onto the street with knives and committing these murders or slashings or GBHs. What do you think from the person that you've seen and people that you've talked to? What do you think that goes through people's heads when they carry a knife?
Well, I've said this from day one. Do you remember years ago, the government used to plough all this money into all the community centres and everything else? Kids need to be occupied, as you know.
It's not just kids that are stabbing people, though, is it?
When they're not occupied, they tend to accumulate in these gangs. So there's 27 kids involved in our Daniel's death. And because Daniel wouldn't sell weed, don't get me wrong, or Daniel smoked weed, so I'm not saying that because he just didn't have weed, he did. He just refused to go with them. They made his life hell. Because they couldn't groom Daniel, they went out of their way, they set fire to his hair.
I'm sorry, but I don't think community centres are the answer. Because bad people just need somewhere to hang out. Not bad people. They just need somewhere to hang out. If it's not a community centre, it's fucking McDonald's or something like that. And they're just grouped together. And if they're going to be up to something, they're going to get up to something. I don't know. I just think that the self-defence laws stink. So the punishment for their consequences. So the punishment for the consequences of what they do. Okay, look at it like this. In this poor lad's situation, 27 kids were involved. If I knew 27 kids were after me, I'll be pretty stupid to not carry a weapon. I would definitely be carrying a weapon if I had 27 people after me. To take a weapon off me would just be like leaving a sheep out to the wolves to eat. And that's the reality of it. It's all good, ban the knives, no one should have a knife, no one should carry a knife. The reality is you can't ban something like that. It's impossible. It can't be done. What I reckon should be done is everyone should have a knife. Everyone should have a knife. Every adult, at least every adult, so they can, if they see something happen. Every knife should be registered with a serial number that's registered with a national database. So if an incident happens in an area where those people are, they can pull them all in and say, right, I know you got a registered knife, blah, 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 I want to see it. They can bring it in, test it for forensics. But at the same time, the laws need to be revised. If you're being attacked by more than one person, or even one person, and they got a weapon, then you have the right to use the weapon, in your own weapon, in self-defense. And if you can't use it, unless you're carrying it. But in England, it's illegal to carry anything for self-defense, even a pencil. So if the police open your bags and they see you got a pencil in there, say, what's that for? And rather than the kid just saying, oh, for writing for school, they say, oh, it's for self-defense because it's sharpened. They say, well, that's an offensive weapon, you're nicked. See how fucked it is, man.
He's jumping and everything. It's a form of control, cohesive control, and these kids can't see it. So the boy that stabbed Daniel, how that all came about was he was getting bullied by the park boys that knew were involved. They were trying to bully Daniel.
Yeah.
But this kid had never had a fight in his life. Oh, Daniel wouldn't bow to anyone, but they jump in a pack, not one-on-one. So the kid that killed him, they terrorised him. And then the ringleader will come in like, look at me, I'm a hero. Don't be bullying him no more. So he then looked up to him. And then the bullying stopped. So it's like a form of manipulation. Then they get them to sell weed, video them, and say to them, if you don't, we're going to shoot this to your mum. That's what they do.
So that's blackmail.
Correct. So after these kids, and I feel sorry for them, to be honest with you, and I know we shouldn't have do, because...
I don't know, man. The parents I've seen nowadays, they don't seem to be bothered if their kids are smoking weed or selling, and that seems like a silly blackmail tool, because if you say, if you don't sell this weed, I'm going to show this video of you selling whatever weed, then to your parents, and your parents are more likely to stop you selling, which is not what the dealer wants. It don't make any sense.
You know, they're doing this because they're scared for their lives. They're terrified.
I've witnessed with myself being in the prison that most people, 9 times out of 10 that carry a knife or they're in for knife crimes are because
It's interesting as well. Then you used to serve our bash. You got some experience with this kind of stuff, haven't you?
Can't fight, right?
Yes.
When someone stands up to them, then the only form of retaliation that they can do is threaten them with weapons.
Yeah,
and that's how people that get bullied. It's there's only a short amount of fuse you can have in your life, and then you're gonna absolutely go mental.
Yeah.
And for Daniel actually standing up for himself against these bullies in a city like Liverpool, where it's a big place, you know what I mean? It's got gangs, it's got different estates and different territories. 9 times out of 10, most people in that circumstances will be frightened and will carry a knife because they're under that gang violence and they're under the manipulations from the hierarchy of the different estates from down there.
Well, this is why I'm saying we need to start listening to the young people. I believe that young people should be given a voice, Ash. I think with all these panels, I think they should have a young person who's representing what they want. Because right now, these kids...
The problem I see in England is that there's no respect for the elders no more. The kids are running riot because they got no... They just got no fear because nothing's going to happen to them. I saw all those riots kick off in England years ago, and I remember them interviewing some of the people that were rioting. They're just kids, and they just said, "Oh, so aren't you worried what's going to happen to you when you get home?" "Oh yeah, my parents. They're not even going to have a go at me." Well, they might have a go at me. What are they going to do? I'll just walk back out and do it again. There's no accountability for kids. They just don't respect authority. They don't respect adults anymore.
They're all going to die on the streets. And if we don't stop it before they reach manhood, if you like, and they do, survive it, they're going to install the same mentality into their children. And then this is never ever going to go away. The government don't give a shit. what I keep saying is, does it have to take for someone's child from the government to be taken the way our kids were taken before they'll do anything? I've asked for, stronger sentencing for lifetime. Gun crime, get...
No, that's not right, man. Where I live, there's less street crime. There's crime, but it's not like gangs upon gangs upon gangs. Yet you can carry a knuckle duster, a knife with no problem. Just because you're carrying it doesn't mean you're going to stab everyone or punch everyone you see. It's just that assumption, and I mean, it depends on the intent of the person carrying it. If the person's intent on carrying a weapon is to protect themselves, then there's no harm in that. In fact, there's opposite harm. If the intent of the person carrying it is to go out and target someone, then that's a different story. But if you just keep locking people up all the time, the prison's just going to be full. End up letting people go early. The wrong people, the speedos, which is what Mandy likes to brand me for some reason.
It's a lot more than what we do, and I think that's wrong as well. I think you should both be sentenced the same. The Prime Minister said that to me and Leanne White, I promise you I'm going to sort out. I've got the video. The sentencing, that's next on my list. Still waiting, that was 2 years ago.
Because you did go to Parliament, didn't you?
I went to...
You stood up.
Yeah, I stood up in the House of Commons and I told Daniel's story. That was for over 10 years ago. There was a victim act written by Dame Louisa Casey. I met her that night as well. So all the heads of probation, heads of the mess and all that were there. So Daniel's story was to show them that the plan was broken because he knew what happened with me and he was devastated. But that was more...
I do believe in what you're saying. The government, if something happens in the government to one of their own child, if they're walking through like the streets of London and someone goes, well, look, bang, right? Yes. It will escalate in government because it's a politician.
Correct.
I don't see why a politician, right, can't put this forward, because it's the same as shooting someone or stabbing someone. Yeah. That should be in the same category. That should be life in prison. Because I've lost a good friend of mine, Ryan, and I've also lost a good friend of mine, Lee, who got both killed by knife crime. So,
you see, like, this is the thing. You see, they're looking at the tool which causes the murder and calling it knife crime. Let's just get one thing straight: a murder is a murder. It doesn't matter if you use a piece of wood, a knife, pea shooter, a bit of plastic, an ashtray. A murder's a murder, so it is irrelevant whether they use a knife. It's not knife crime, it's just crime. I'm interested in these gauzes things that stop bleeding from major arteries. I didn't even know they existed, to be honest.
So the government really should get their head out their asses and actually listen to...
I think, to be honest, if you get stabbed in the main artery, I think it's a matter of seconds before you die. I don't think you have time to get the gauze on. If you get there's main arteries in your legs, in your arms, your neck, on the plates of your chest and your stomach.
People like yourself, the White family, and other families that have been affected by this, because it's not just London. That's where you normally hear all this knife crime in London on the news. Well, it's all over the country, sorry, and it should be worldwide, right? How knife crime should be in a...
There again, it's not knife crime, it's crime. Oh dear. If people go around killing people with pieces of wood, has it become wood crime? It's murder, it's assault, it's GBH. They already exist, these laws. I don't know what they're getting at with changing the laws. I understand saving lives with these gauzes or whatever they are. I have to look a bit more into them. But the politics, you know, if you go out to kill someone, that's premeditated murder. That law already exists. You can't change a law that already exists. Oh, but if you kill him with like a spoon, then you get less of a sentence if you kill him with a knife. It's just bullshit. I've got people that I've got to go in a minute.
I agree, I agree. Up now, 12 years, 15 to 20 years.
I love to box and I box myself. And what I say to the kids is, if you've got beef with someone, you don't have to go out and stab them. Let's arrange a fight in here. It's monitored, it's supervised. Knock 10 kinds of shite out of each other, but you can go home alive.
That's it.
You know,
That's it's the simplest way, to be honest, man, doing it that way.
yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Oh,
And the gang violence, I don't agree with gang violence. I think it's just a practicality.
Don't agree with gang violence. I don't think you got a choice.
They are cowards in a gang. No one has got their own voice. They do as they're told. And they're terrified not to. Ash, that's what they're like here.
Yeah, but they choose to join the gangs, and these gangs are just like corporations. They got hierarchies. This and that. I don't think you can. You've always got a choice. I think if you're going to stop, you know, gang crime, you have to. That starts with the parenting and parents being in tune with what's going on the ground and trying to help the kids make their own choices based on the education that the parents are giving. Because you can't stop people, you can't control people. People are going to do what they're going to do. In all fairness, I think some people, it's like me, like a lot of people, they don't come from bad backgrounds, but didn't stop me from being a bad person. What I could do with a bit of education on the way.
They just told to do it, and they do it. Don't listen to the parents no more. They listen to the leader. It was normally the biggest shit out of all of them.
I joined the gang when I was younger, man. To do an initiation in the school. They had to be beaten up until the gang boss, whatever you called him, said stop. And the more people that joined, the more of a kicking you got. I think there was about 10 people in when I had my 1 minute beating. Still toe caps in the gold mouth. Oh dear, but we all did it. We're all mugs. Even the gang leader had to do it.
Yeah, 100%. So moving on to I know you've got with the police. Now I do want to bring this up. Now you are up a call for
See if we can go like a whole live without mentioning Emma.
a man taking a selfie who has lost his job. Would you?
Yeah, it was. Yeah. So this Ryan Connolly from Huyton, he got sacked. I think it was 4 years ago now, and the police never told me. So the Daily Mail come to my house 2 days before New Year to tell me that he lay down where Daniel was stabbed, took an emoji of himself thinking he was a model, happy emojis, and then sent it all to his mates. But not only that, Ash, that disgusted me, but there was videos and photographs of women who've been through domestic violence, women who've been raped, and he's laughing at them on the videos. Oh. And when the police took it and they found it, they should have informed me, and they never. So it's taken, if you like, 7 years for this police officer to be brought to court, because I have caused murder. I've written to the judges and everything. They've adjourned it twice. They've assured me it's going to go ahead, but this is not right. The police can't just do what they want and get away with it. If you'd have done that, Ash, you'd be in jail now.
Be in jail straight away. Minutes.
Correct. You wouldn't be 7 years down the line waiting for it.
In that time frame, in that 7 years, the grief that you would have took off the police, off other people, I couldn't imagine. But I'm like to take a selfie. Maybe someone stopped where there's scarlet all over. Now the police in Merseyside bang their heads.
He was in charge of the crime scene on the field. Do you know where the fight was?
Yeah.
So, you know, he was supposed to be. He's Get on the phone, man. Get off you. There he is.
It's good.
If you want to stop it. Stop following me. She keeps farting. It's nothing me saying.
It's right or wrong. Right, you just don't do that full stop.
Yeah, well, you know, if you that's a piece of shit as well. When you don't understand, he's another shit house. It's kind of like his father now, when he sees me, thinks he can intimidate. I slap him. I said to him one day, "Did you got something to say to me?" I haven't even had an apology off Mash. He just tries to glare at me. So I walk right up to him. I go,
Why would he apologise to you?
and he just walks away from me. I thought, yes, shit house. Your mouth shut. I'm just
Must have missed
sick of
something he said
people
before.
thinking that they can treat other people really badly and get away with it. I just think it's wrong, Ash.
I might have heard
Even
that
on
wrong.
here,
I
there's
thought
no
she said
one who's on.
the
You're
son's dad's a shit out.
backstabbing, I'm
Doing
so
like
glad
somebody
you're away
else.
from all that now.
He ain't away from it. You're getting a criminal to raise money for charity, man. What could go wrong? But by a man who's made a career fraudster by his own admission. And you know, nothing's going to go wrong here in this charity walk, is there?
You know what? He was listening to, you know, people like yourself and that, and I trying to get the bigger picture into my head. And I'll tell you what, I will say thank you to the likes of you, Sharon, Mandy, even Straubs at the minute. My mother,